Good day, everybody. And once again, we're back together. So, we're looking at question number 2. We are looking at the Eastern Cape November exam from 2023. So, please, if you haven't subscribed, just make sure you're part of this family. We're doing this for grade 11 because we know that you are preparing your final exams. So, let's get right into it. So, question 1 has already been answered. So now we are jumping into question number 2. All right, so let's look at it. So they say to us we've got 2n, 2 to the exponent n plus 1 minus 8 times 2 base 2 exponent of n minus 3. And we've got divided by 2 base 2 to the exponent of n minus 2. All right, now let's try and simplify this. They want us to simplify this. So we can write this as 2 exponent n multiplied by 2 exponent 1. Now remember, the laws of exponents says if the bases are the same and we're multiplying, then we add the exponents. So meaning once we add the exponents, we can separate it again, separate the bases, and we know that we'll be multiplying those powers, right? So that's minus 8, okay, into, that's multiplied by 2 exponent n multiplied by 2 to the exponent minus 3. Right, this is divided by multiplied 2 to the exponent of n multiplied by 2 exponent of minus 2. Right, so we can take out a common factor in all of those, right? And our common factor is 2 to the exponent of n. So that will be 2 minus, now note we've got 8 here, multiplied by, okay, that's 2 to the exponent of minus 3, right? So that means that's 1 over 2 to the exponent of 3, right? Keep that in mind. That's got 2 to the exponent of n, to the exponent of minus 2. So this and that can cancel because they are products in this case. So we can say this is 2 minus 8 times 1 over 8 divided by, so we've got 2 to the power minus 2, or to the exponent minus 2. So that will give us 1 over 2 squared, which is 1 over 4. So to simplify this, I'm going to say, well, 8 and 8 cancel each other out. We've got a 1. So that's 2 minus 1, which will give us 1 at the numerator, divided by 1 over 4. So what we can do, multiply it by 4 at the bottom. What I do at the bottom, I do at the top. So that will give me 4. So my final answer is equal to just 4. Okay. Right, and so that's how the cookie crumbles. We are using the laws of exponents. So let's go for it. The beauty is that you can always just, if there's a part that you need clarity on, just put it on the comment section. We'll try to explain it as quickly as we possibly can. Right, now let's go to the next portion. So now we say, well, we're trying to solve for x. We've got the x root of 27. Okay, so there we go, is equal to 2187. So, ladies and gents, how are we going to solve this? We're going to say, well, what is what is x root? So we can get rid of that by raising this to the exponent of x. Now remember, if it was a square root, we would square this. But what I do on the left, I do on the right. so that we get rid of that root. Okay, so that would be 27 is equal to 2187 raised to the exponent of x. So let's do this. I know 27 is 3 to the power of 3. Okay, so 2 to the 2187. Let's see. If I say 3 exponent of 6. Okay, so let's try one more. 7. Yeah, there it is. So that's 3 to the exponent of 7. Raised to the exponent of x. Now we've got 3 raised to the exponent of 3, and we've got 3 raised to the exponent of 7x. Our bases are the same, and so we can drop down the exponents. So 3 is equal to 7x, and if we divide by 7 on either side, x is equal to 3 over 7. Right, and that is how the cookie crumbles, ladies and gents. Right, so those are our exponential laws. Let's go on to the next part. So they say to us, we've got 2.2.2, which is this portion here. So that's 4 raised to the exponent of x minus 16, which is equal to 6 multiplied by 2 exponent of x. So to simplify this, let's change our powers into bases, prime bases, right? And that will be 2 squared raised to the exponent of x minus 16. This will be 6 multiplied by 2 raised to the exponent of x. So to make it easier for ourselves, we've got 2 to the exponent of 2x minus 16 equal to 6 times 2 raised to the exponent of x. And we can say let 2 raised to the exponent of x equal to k. So what does that mean? It means this guy becomes 2 raised to the exponent of x squared. So we can write it in this way. Can write it as 2 raised to the exponent of x squared, right? It still becomes the same thing. So we've got k squared. Let me just write it on the other side. So we've got k squared minus 16 equal to 6k. Right, so that's k squared into standard quadratic form minus 6k minus 16, and this would be equal to 0. Right, the factors of 16 such that when I subtract them will give me 6. That would be 8 and 2. Okay, that's minus k, and this is positive. So this will give us k is equal to 2, or k is equal to negative 2. Now remember, k represents 2 raised to the exponent of x. Sorry, I meant k is equals to 8. Right? So 2 raised to the exponent of x is equal to, right, 8, we can write it as 2 cubed, right? Or 2 raised to the exponent of x is equal to negative 2. Now please note, which means this is not applicable. Okay, why? There's no solution there, because we cannot have a positive exponent in this case give us a negative value on the other side. So which means we can drop this down and say x is simply just equal to 3. Right, so that's how we are going to get that answer. Right, ladies and gents, we are left with one more. These questions that they're asking are really quite nice, really profound, and please make it a point that this is those sections that we need to pick up marks from. Okay, so let's go on to the very last one. They say to us, given, right, that x is equal to root of 3 minus 2. Simplify without using a calculator, right? The expression x squared plus 1 divided by x squared minus 5. Okay, so what is x? X is square root of 3 minus 2 all squared plus 1, okay, divided by same expression, root 3 minus 2 all squared plus 5. Right, so we're going to, right, and I want you to note we are squaring in this case a surd, okay. We are squaring, so we've got root 3 minus 2 into another root 3 minus 2. Right, remember whenever you square, right, we're using the FOIL method first, right, outer, inner, and the last. Okay, so that's root 3 times root 3, which will give me 3, right? The square roots cancel each other out, and we're left with just a number, right? So this is minus 2 root 3, but there's another minus 2 root 3 over there. So this is going to be minus 4 square root of 3, right? And this is plus, we've got 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which will give us 4. That's plus 1. And so we've got, at the bottom again, we've got the same thing, 3 minus 4 root 3 plus 4. And this is plus 5. Right, so let's deal with it. So we've got 1 plus 3, which gives us 4, plus another 4. So we've got 8 minus 4 square root of 3 divided by, at the bottom, I've got the 9 there, plus the 3, which will give me 12 minus 4 square root of 3. Right, and now let's do this. Can take out a common factor at the numerator. We've got 2. In fact, we can take out 4 as a common factor. That's going to be 2 minus square root of 3. At the bottom again, we can take out 4 as a common factor. That will give me 4 times, that's 2 minus, that's 3 minus square root of 3. Right, that cancels with that. All right, so if you want to leave it in the simplest surd form, we will need to rationalize that denominator. So you've got 2 minus square root of 3 divided by 3 minus root 3. So to rationalize the denominator, we'll multiply by the same bracket that we have at the denominator. But what I do at the bottom, I will do at the top, so that we do not change anything, right? This is the difference of 2 squares, right? So you've got 3 times 3, which will be 9. So I'm starting with the denominator. We'll get to the numerator just now. So that will be 9. Now note, you've got positive 3 root 3, right? You've got negative 3 root 3. So those cancel each other out. And so that will be 9 minus, and then the last term, that will be root 3 times root 3, which is going to be 3. Right, so that's what we have, 9 minus 3. And then at the numerator, you've got 2 times 3, which is 6, 2 times root 3, that will be 2 root 3. The inner, that's minus 3 root 3. And then finally, root 3 times root 3, that will give us minus 3. Okay, and we can try and go to town in this case in terms of just trying to solve this. So that's 6 minus 3, which will give us 3, right? So we've got 3 minus square root of 3. This is divided by, we've got 9 minus 3, which is 6. So that is our final answer. Okay, if you wanted to, you can still simplify it and say this is 1 over 2 minus root 3 over 6. Okay, but in that case, that is in its simplest form. And I hope that you guys were able to follow this. And that brings us to the end of question number 2. We will see each other when we do question number 3 next.